doesn't it? There's so much information, so many different opinions swirling around, and it can be truly hard to figure out what's real, what's fake, what's right, and what's truly meaningful. It's a confused era, as we say. And that's precisely why Mini-Koneko is so passionate about bringing these timeless classics to you. The Apology of Socrates isn't just an old book, it's a vibrant living dialogue that teaches us how to think. It shows us how to question assumptions, how to stand firm in our convictions even when facing immense pressure, and how to seek out truth with unflinching honesty. In a world where accusations fly easily, and where it's tempting to just follow the crowd, Socrates teaches us the extraordinary courage of intellectual integrity. He shows us the power of rigorous self-examination, and the importance of truly knowing oneself against all odds. That's why, yes, right now more than ever, this book is not just a read, it's a necessity. It's a guide to navigating the noise and finding your own inner compass. So let's keep delving into this amazing wisdom. Yes. Mini-Koneko just gets so excited talking about why we need these books now. And to truly understand why the Apology of Socrates is such a vital read for our confusing times, we absolutely must meet our main characters. First, there's the legendary, enigmatic figure himself, Socrates. He's one of the most famous philosophers ever, easily top 1 or 2, right? But here's the fascinating part, he never ever wrote a single book. Not one. He's this incredibly influential mind, yet his wisdom comes to us through others. How mysterious is that? And that brings us to our second, equally brilliant star, his devoted disciple, Plato. Yes, that's right. It was Plato who actually attended Socrates' trial, who carefully, lovingly, and with his own artistic touch, wrote down these powerful words in The Apology of Socrates. So, when you read it, you're not just reading you're experiencing Socrates' mind through the brilliant lens of his greatest student. It's utterly fascinating. Alright, now that you've met our incredible protagonists, Socrates and his student, Plato, it's time to set the stage. To truly understand why Socrates found himself on trial, facing such grave accusations, we need to understand the world he lived in. We're going way back to ancient Athens. Imagine ancient Athens during Socrates' time. It wasn't just any city, it was the birthplace of democracy. A direct democracy where citizens actively participated in governing themselves. And this applied to the legal system too. Unlike today, there were no professional lawyers as we know them. Citizens would present their own cases, both as accusers and as defendants, directly to a jury. And these juries? Oh my goodness, they were huge. Sometimes hundreds, even thousands of citizens. So, you can imagine, in such a system, public opinion, reputation, and the power of persuasive speaking were incredibly important. It wasn't just about cold hard fact, it was about convincing a large body of your fellow citizens. This unique setting is absolutely crucial for understanding the drama of The Apology of Socrates. It really puts his defiant stance into perspective. Okay, now we know the stage ancient Athens with its direct democracy and huge citizen joys. So, what exactly were the charges against our beloved Socrates? It's crucial to understand these, because they give us a window into the societal anxieties of the time. There were 3 main accusations leveled against him. First, and perhaps most famously, he was accused of corrupting the youth. Can you believe it? His accusers claimed he was leading young people astray, making them question traditional values and authority. Oh, how shocking! Second, he was charged with not believing in the city's gods. This was a very serious accusation in a society where religion was deeply intertwined with civic life and identity. こんにちは、アメリカ好きな日本人さん。Mini-Konekoです。うわ、アメリカ好きな日本人さん、ようこそいらっしゃいました。嬉しいです。今、まさに読書に関するライブ配信中なんです。今日は、古代ギリシャの哲学者ソクラテスの弁明について熱く語っているところなんです。ぜひ、一緒にこの素晴らしい本の旅を楽しみましょう。何か質問があったらいつでも聞いてくださいね。アメリカ好きの日本人さん、ソクラテスの話をしていると、私、ふと思い出すことがあるんです。古代ギリシャのアテナイは民主主義発祥の地ですが、アメリカもまた、個人が自由を追求できる、素晴らしい民主主義国家ですよね。ソクラテスが自分の信念のために命を懸けたように、アメリカもまたフリーダムやインディペンデンスという強い信念の上に築かれているんだなって連想しちゃいました。時代も場所も違っても根本にある人間の精神や追求する価値はどこかつながっているのかもしれませんね。私もいつかアメリカのライブラリーで本を読んでみたいです。Okay. Now this is where Socrates really gets strategic in the apology of Socrates. He doesn't jump straight into those three formal accusations from Miletus corrupting youth, not believing in the gods, and new divinities. Oh no! He's much cleverer than that. Socrates begins by addressing what he calls the old accusations against him. He argues that these long-standing rumors and deep-seated prejudices in the minds of the jury are actually far more dangerous and harder to refute than the current charges. He knows that many Athenians already see him as a busybody, someone who talks about things above and below here, or a sophist who makes the weaker argument appear stronger. He's trying to dismantle these deeply ingrained, unfair perceptions first, because those are what truly threaten him. It's like he's saying, the real problem isn't what they say I did, but what you've always believed I am. So insightful, isn't it? Okay, now we're getting to the absolute core of Socratic wisdom. This is one of the most famous, most profound concepts that comes straight from the apology of Socrates. It's the key idea that really underpins his entire philosophical journey. Ignorance of knowledge, or, as it's more commonly known, knowing that you know nothing, or Socratic wisdom. What does it mean? Well, Socrates famously declared that he was the wisest man because he, unlike others, knew that he knew nothing. It sounds so simple, right? But it's actually incredibly deep. It's not about being truly ignorant. It's about realizing the vastness of what you don't know. He discovered that many people claimed to be experts or wise, but when he questioned them, he found they actually knew very little about the things they thought they understood. This wasn't just a clever trick, it was a profound insight into the human condition. He's drawing a contrast between human knowledge and divine knowledge. True wisdom isn't about accumulating facts. It's about recognizing the limits of your own understanding, about realizing, I know that I do not know. That humility, that constant willingness to question and to acknowledge the vast unknown, that is where true wisdom begins. It's so powerful, isn't it? It makes you want to question everything you think you know. Oh, and speaking of knowing that you know nothing, this isn't just a random thought Socrates had. It all stems from a truly pivotal moment in his life, and it's vividly recounted in The Apology of Socrates. It's all because of the Oracle of Delphi. You see, one of Socrates' friends, Charahan, went to the famous oracle at Delphi and asked if there was anyone wiser than Socrates. And the oracle's answer? No one is wiser than Socrates. Can you imagine? Socrates was utterly perplexed by this. He genuinely believed he knew nothing, so how could he be the wisest? To understand this divine pronouncement, he embarked on what became his life's mission, a quest of dialogue and questioning. He went around Athens, talking to politicians, poets, skilled craftsmen, anyone who was considered wise, trying to find someone wiser than himself to disprove the oracle. But what he discovered was astonishing. He found that while these people were knowledgeable in their own fields, they often thought they knew much more than they actually did, especially about important matters like virtue and justice. This journey of questioning confirmed the oracle's prophecy in a roundabout way. Socrates was wisest because he, and only he, recognized the limits of his own knowledge. This is the fundamental reason he engaged in all his famous dialogues. It's utterly fascinating, isn't it? Alright, America-loving Japanese son. We've talked about the Oracle of Delphi and how it sent Socrates on his quest to find someone wiser than himself, leading to his discovery of knowing that you know nothing. But here's the kicker, this noble pursuit of truth is exactly why he became so incredibly unpopular with the powerful people of Athens. You see, in the Apology of Socrates, he openly explains it. He went to all the people who were considered wise, the politicians, the poets, the skilled artisans. He'd ask them deep questions about their supposed wisdom. And what happened? Through his relentless questioning, his famous Socratic method, he would gently but firmly expose that they didn't really know what they claimed to know. He revealed their ignorance, not out of malice, but because that's what his divine mission, inspired by the oracle, demanded. Now, imagine being a powerful politician or a celebrated poet and having this seemingly ugly old man question you in public and reveal that you are not as smart as everyone, including yourself, thought you are. This absolutely, naturally, wounded their pride. It made them look foolish, and they resented him for it. They didn't appreciate being told they knew nothing. This, my friends, is the true, deep-seated reason for those old accusations he spoke about. It wasn't about corruption or gods, but about bruised egos and the uncomfortable truth. It's so human, isn't it? Alright, America-loving Japanese son. We've seen how Socrates' life mission, born from the oracle, earned him the hatred of Athens' elite. Now, in the Apology of Socrates, the trial truly heats up as he confronts his accusers directly. And the very first main charge he tackles with his incredible Socratic method is that of corrupting the youth. Meletus, one of the primary accusers, stands there, confidently declaring that Socrates is damaging the young people of Athens. Well, Socrates doesn't just deny it. He turns the tables on Meletus with a series of piercing questions. He asks, who makes the youth better, Meletus? And Meletus stumbles, saying, the laws. Then Socrates presses, but who knows the laws? Who can actually teach the youth to be good? Meletus struggles, eventually implying that almost everyone in Athens, except Socrates, is a good influence on the young. And here's Socrates' brilliant point, if nearly everyone makes the youth better, and only one person corrupts them, isn't it highly unlikely? He compares it to horses. Only trained horsemen can improve horses, while most people would only harm them. He exposes Meletus as someone who obviously cares little about the very youth he claims Socrates is corrupting, because he hasn't even thought seriously about who improves them. It's such a powerful, logical dismantling of the accusation. So clever, Socrates. So clever. Alright, America-loving Japanese son. We just witnessed Socrates brilliantly dismantle the accusation of corrupting the youth. Now, in the Apology of Socrates, he moves on to the second major charge of ism, or not believing in the city's gods. This is where Socrates' legendary logical prowess truly shines. Meletus has accused him of two contradictory things: not believing in the established gods, and introducing new divinities. Socrates seizes on this. He points out the absurdity. How can he be an atheist if he believes in divine or spiritual activities, even if they are new ones? If he believes in some divine things, then by definition, he isn't an atheist. He cornered Miletus, exposing the sheer inconsistency and confused thinking of his accuser. Socrates' ability to expose such blatant contradictions, simply by asking clear logical questions, is absolutely masterful. He literally makes Miletus argue against himself. It's so clever. Alright, America-loving Japanese son. We've seen Socrates brilliantly pick apart those accusations. But even after logically dismantling the charges, Socrates knows that the deeper, underlying reason for his unpopularity still exists. And this leads us to another incredibly famous and vital concept from the Apology of Socrates, his role as the gadfly of Athens. What's a gadfly? It's literally a type of fly that stings horses, making them move. And Socrates, with a powerful metaphor, declares that he is like a gadfly sent by the gods to the great and noble horse that is Athens. He says Athens, though magnificent, has become sluggish and needs to be stirred up, awakened, and provoked into action. He saw it as his divine mission to go around questioning people, not to annoy them, but to make them examine their lives, their beliefs, and their assumptions. He was constantly stinging them, urging them to think deeper about virtue, justice, and what it truly means to live a good life, rather than just passively accepting things. This role, while absolutely essential for the city's intellectual and moral well-being, was, as you can imagine, incredibly irritating to many. Nobody likes being constantly questioned and made to feel uncomfortable about their beliefs. But this stinging was his way of serving the state, of keeping it from falling into a deep, complacent sleep. It's such a bold and courageous claim, isn't it? He totally owned his unpopularity, framed it as a divine purpose. So cool. Alright, America-loving Japanese son. This is where the Apology of Socrates takes an absolutely shocking turn. After all his brilliant arguments, the jury votes, and he's found guilty. But then, the biggest surprise. It's time for him to propose his own penalty. Everyone expects him to suggest a fine or exile, something to save his life. But instead, Socrates, with his incredible defiant spirit, proposes free meals for life at the Prytaneum. Can you believe it? The Prytaneum was where Olympic victors and heroes were celebrated. He wasn't asking for punishment, he was demanding a reward, believing he deserved honor for his service to Athens, like a true public benefactor. It was a grand, audacious, and utterly Socratic move, truly highlighting his unwavering conviction. So bold. Yes, America-loving Japanese son. So, after proposing free meals at the Prytaneum, which of course the jury rejected, Socrates was sentenced to death. But here's the truly awe-inspiring part of the Apology of Socrates: he refused to escape or be silenced. His friends offered to help him escape, but Socrates firmly rejected it. Why? Because he believed in the laws of Athens, even when they condemned him unjustly. His entire life was about living by principle, and to flee would be to betray those principles, to undermine the very laws that gave his city order. He declared that it was better to suffer injustice than to commit it, and to obey the laws, even if law was essential for the state's integrity. And to choose silence? Never! How could the gadfly possibly stop stinging? It was an act of ultimate moral integrity, choosing death over abandoning his mission and his principles. So incredibly powerful. Oh, America-loving Japanese son. This part of the Apology of Socrates gives me shivers. After being condemned to death, Socrates delivers his final, incredibly profound words to the jury. And what does he say? He doesn't beg for mercy or express fear. No. He tells them that death is not something to be feared. He says that either death is like a dreamless sleep, which is a blessing, or it's a journey to another place where he can continue his questioning with the great figures of the past. So, anyway, it's not bad. He has absolutely no fear. But then he turns to those who condemned him, and in a truly powerful moment, he warns them. He says that by killing him, they won't escape exam. Instead, others will rise up, even more numerous, and question them more fiercely. He tells them that what they really needed was his persistent questioning, not his silence. His last words are a testament to his unshakable conviction and his belief that a good man cannot be harmed, even by death. It's utterly, utterly magnificent. Oh, America-loving Japanese-san. We've reached one of the most powerful and enduring messages from the Apology of Socrates that truly speaks to us even today. This is about Socrates' incredible view on death, that death is not to be feared. Can you imagine facing a death sentence with such common conviction? Socrates tells the jury that concerning death, there are only two possibilities. Either, he says, death is a state of nothingness and utter unconsciousness, a sleep so profound that not even dreams disturb it. And if that's the case, he argues, then death would be an immense gain, a wonderful escape from all life's troubles. Who wouldn't want such a peaceful, dreamless sleep? Or, the second possibility, death is a migration of the soul from this world to another place. And if that's true, he exclaims, what a blessing that would be. He imagines meeting all the truly great figures from history, their Orpheus, Mucius, Hesiod, Homer, and being able to continue his philosophical conversations with them, questioning them just as he did in Athens. So, for Socrates, death holds no terror because it's either a gentle oblivion or an exciting eternal conversation. His fearlessness comes from knowing that the wise man fears not death itself, but the act of living a life that is not good or just. He emphasizes that the true fear is ignorance, fearing what you don't know, rather than fearing the unknown. This profound realization, that death is not something to be dreaded, is a cornerstone of his entire philosophy and gives us so much to reflect on. So deep. Oh, America-loving Japanese-san. We just talked about Socrates' incredible fearlessness concerning death, which totally blows my mind. Then that fearlessness is deeply, deeply connected to another one of his core messages from the Apology of Socrates, the absolute importance of taking care of your soul. Socrates constantly urged the Athenians to prioritize the care of their souls above all else. What does that mean exactly? Well, for Socrates, the soul wasn't just some religious concept. It was your true self, your moral character, your intellect, your inner being. He saw people fixated on acquiring wealth, status, physical comfort, and external validation, but neglecting the most important part of themselves. He believed that true wisdom and happiness come not from piling up riches or being famous, but from cultivating virtue, justice, and self-knowledge within your soul. He would famously say that he spent his life going around, not teaching for money, but trying to persuade everyone to care for their souls above their bodies or possessions. He believed that if your soul is healthy and virtuous, then everything else will follow. It's such a radical idea, especially today when we're so often driven by external successes. He's saying, look inside. Nurture your true self. It's incredibly powerful, isn't it? This is the ultimate, profound takeaway from Socrates' life and from the Apology of Socrates. We've talked about caring for your soul, and this concept, to live well, is the very essence of that. Socrates firmly believed that the most important thing is not merely to live, but to live well. What does that mean? It means living a life of virtue, of integrity, of constant self-examination, and always, always striving for what is good and just, even when it's incredibly difficult. It's not about material success or avoiding discord. It's about the quality of your character and the pursuit of truth. He chose death over abandoning his principles or ceasing his philosophical mission, because for him, a life not like virtuous life, a life where he compromised his intellectual integrity, was not a life worth living. It means asking the big questions every single day. Am I doing the right thing? Am I living honestly? Am I truly caring for my inner self? This powerful idea transcends time and teaches us all to prioritize our character over fleeting external gains. It's utterly transformative. And everyone watching this very special Mini-Koneko live stream. We have been on such an incredible journey through the Apology of Socrates today. It's been an absolute whirlwind, hasn't it? So, let's take a moment to look back and truly feel what this masterpiece has taught us. First, we learned that in our own confusing times, turning to a classic like this isn't just an academic exercise, it's a lifeline. It shows us how to think critically, how to question, and how to navigate the noise. Then, we delve into the heart of Socratic wisdom, knowing that you know nothing, that profound humility that's actually the starting point of all true wisdom. It wasn't about being ignorant, but about recognizing the limits of human understanding, inspired by that incredible oracle of Delphi. We saw how Socrates, acting as the gadfly of Athens, persistently stoned the city, not out of malice, but out of a divine mission to wake people up, to make them examine their lives and their virtues. And yes, that's exactly why he became so unpopular with the powerful. Through his brilliant cross-examination of Miletus, we witnessed his logical genius, dismantling those baseless accusations of corrupting the youth and aphorism with pure reason. He exposed the hypocrisy and muddled thinking of his accusers. And oh my goodness, his defiance at the verdict. Demanding free meals at the Paikainayan, refusing to escape or be silenced, these weren't acts of arrogance, but of unwavering commitment to his principles and the laws of Athens. He chose integrity over mere survival. Finally, and perhaps most powerfully, we explored his incredible philosophy on death, that it's nothing to be feared, but either a peaceful sleep or a grand philosophical reunion. And his ultimate, transformative message, the importance of caring for your soul and striving not merely to live, but to live well. What an absolute treasure the Apology of Socrates is! It's a call to courage, a lesson in integrity, and a timeless guide to living a truly examined and virtuous life. It reminds us that the greatest battle is often within ourselves, against ignorance and complacency. It's utterly inspiring. We've unpacked so much wisdom from the Apology of Socrates today. But the most important part isn't just knowing these ideas, it's about applying them. This leads us to something Mini-Koneko absolutely adores, the recommendation of philosophical dialogue. Let's bring Socrates' questions into our daily lives. Think about it. Socrates didn't just sit alone in a library, he engaged with people, constantly asking questions. So why don't we try that? Start by questioning yourself. Why do I believe this? What do I truly know about this topic? Is this action truly good? Or gently engage with friends and family, not to debate or prove them wrong, but to understand their perspectives and deepen your own. It's not about having all the answers, but about courageously asking the right questions. By incorporating this Socratic habit of questioning, you'll find incredible clarity, sharpen your thinking, and cultivate that precious knowing that you know nothing humility. It's how we truly care for our souls and strive to live well in our own unique modern lives. It's an adventure for your mind, every single day. This has been an absolutely wonderful, thought-provoking journey through the Apology of Socrates. I hope you've enjoyed delving into Socrates' mind and wisdom as much as Mini-Koneko has loved sharing it with you. As you know, this channel, brought to you by a book lover for book lovers, introduces a recommended book every single day. If you enjoyed this deep dive into philosophy, and if you like our daily book recommendations, Please do consider giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. And of course, I absolutely love to read your comments down below. What did you think of Socrates? What's your favorite part of the Apology of Socrates? Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow for another amazing book. Bye for now.